Hello, welcome to Kinda Good Movies. Sorry for the little absence I took. Today we're going to do my full Star Wars movie collection. I know I should upload this on May 4th, and I meant to, and then I missed. So, I'm doing it today. So, happy late May the 4th. So, these are all my Star Wars movies and shows. I'm sure there are probably some that I don't have here right now next to me. I don't think I have the Book of Boba Fett near me, and I don't think I have the Mandalorian near me. But this is most of my Star Wars. If you see anything missing, I have most of Star Wars media, except for maybe the full Clone Wars. I don't have the full Clone Wars. I don't have Rebels, but I have most of it. I have the main movies, so we'll kind of show that, and yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some I forget that I have, and yeah. So I wanted to get this out, so I really didn't have too much time to prepare it. We didn't want to wait till 6 or 7 tonight and then be so far behind. So without dragging this on and making this into a year-long statement, let's start it. We'll just kind of work away from left to right. So the first one I have is Star Wars Saga DVD pack. You're going to see that I have a lot of the same Star Wars, and that is because I love Star Wars so much, and so yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get this a little more focused for y'all, but y'all know how my camera is and how this stand is. Hopefully that's better. I apologize, because I know what it wants is like that, but that's super zoomed in. That'll do. But yeah, Star Wars 1 and 2. Yeah, I have a lot of the same movies, or the same Star Wars over and over again. So yeah, you'll see a trend happen eventually. The next one is Star Wars The Complete Saga. I had this one as a kid. That explains why it's so dirty, but I probably watched through this 1.5 million times. It has The Complete Saga, and not the ones that should never been made. I think Disney is ruining Star Wars, in my opinion. I feel like they turned it into more of a marketing than they have than sticking to what it always seems. It always seems like with Star Wars and Disney that they always get a new writer to come in there and write it however they want Star Wars to be, instead of how Star Wars was laid out. And I feel like that sometimes takes away from it. But before I go on a rant, because I can sit here and rant about Star Wars for an hour, let's just keep going. The next one I have is Star Wars The Clone Wars. I have never seen the original Star Wars The Clone Wars. Or Star Wars Clone Wars, excuse me. There's a difference. The word "the" just kind of like Suicide Squad and The Suicide Squad. The next one is this version of Star Wars The Phantom Menace. And then the next Star Wars I have is, I've had this one for a while. This was among my first movies, Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. And y'all let me know what y'all's favorite Star Wars is. Y'all want mine? I was born in 2000, so I grew up with the original trilogy, or not the original, excuse me, the prequels, excuse me. And so I fell in love with the prequels. I love Anakin and Obi-Wan and Clone Wars and all that hoopla that came out before. So yeah. The next one is, again, just like that one, but Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. And I do wonder, and y'all are going to see here with me, nope, they are indeed different ones. So I do keep a lot of the same discs. Not the same exact cases. I just keep the same exact movie, just different cases. Then I have one of the thin ones, and this is episode 2. Then after that, I have Revenge of the Sith and this steel book, which is pretty cool, with Grievous's face on it, and on the back it has the original poster and everything. I do have the whole poster over there, a movie poster of it over there, but it's not up because I'm still moving stuff around. This room is a mess. I have this version of Star Wars 3, but that's why my absence has been. I have been absent because I am in the process of moving this whole room different, and right now, if y'all can see to the left of me, there is too many boxes to the left of me that need to be moved. Then I have Empire Strikes Back with this Stormtrooper on it, which is pretty cool, and on the back it has Solo, Leia, Luke, and 3PO, and Chewbacca, and R2, and yeah. Then I have A New Hope with Vader's face on it. And then on the back is Luke and Leia and Vader and 3PO and R2. Then I got this, and I've actually almost bought this 3 times and sold it. I've already sold the other version. I bought this. I bought this twice and I've sold it once. This is the Star Wars, the original trilogy with 4, 5, and 6 in it. Pretty nice box, only $15, and I found it quite frequently on eBay with other things for like $15. I got that with some other Star Wars movies for like $13, so that was really a steal. So then we have some of the worst ones like Force Awakens. And honestly, a lot of people hate them. I don't really mind them. But, and maybe, if people didn't point out the inconsistencies, I wouldn't have noticed them. But I will say I did not like Rey, and I disliked how sometimes they made Rey seem like this greater Jedi when she wasn't. Like, how come she just picked up this lightsaber in the end and she became this great Jedi? And I feel like that when they made them, I feel like they were going to make her into a Skywalker, and I feel like they got a lot of backlash for it, and that's why they changed her to a Palpatine. And I may be wrong. I may be just blowing smoke, but I don't know. I just sometimes feel like that they didn't know where they were going with it, and instead of making Star Wars, even like the Kenobi show, and I have that somewhere around here. I don't know where it's at, but they just sometimes they try to make, instead of making Star Wars, they try to make it too much its own thing and try to make spin-offs. Like instead of making Star Wars, they say, let's make a show like Star Wars, but give it the Star Wars name. Kind of like I said about what was that movie I said it about? One of the nope, I lost it. Anyways, I talked about some horror movie that they wanted to Texas Chainsaw, the 4th one with Matthew McConaughey, where it wasn't really about Leatherface, and yeah, kind of like that, where they always want to make Star Wars movies, but they want to make it different, want to make it like Star Wars, and keep it in the same universe. And when they were talking about making Star Wars not canon anymore, the sequels, that's great. I'm all for making them not canon anymore. I feel like they're terrible. I mean, why did they never have Han, Luke, and Leia meet up? I mean, that was poor. And I don't know. I could go on for hours. I'll just move on because I'll rant. Then we have The Rise of Skywalker. She wasn't a Skywalker. Then we have The Bad Batch. Sorry for the glare. Now this is a show I haven't seen. I haven't watched all Clone Wars. I'm right now watching Breaking Bad. I know I said it probably like a couple months ago where I said it doesn't do a review of it, and I still haven't finished it. So, yeah. Then we have Star Wars: The Clone Wars: The Lost Missions. Then we have which this was what kind of really ignited my Star Wars love, which was Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the movie. Love that movie. I probably watched this movie 1,500 times. Then we have Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Darth Maul Returns. And see, I never got to experience that live. And I say live, I never got to experience, him coming back in the Clone Wars. I was a little bit older by then and kind of got out of Star Wars. Not a lot, but when you're younger, it's kind of hard to keep up with TV shows like that. For me, anyways, it was. To where now I can just watch it and not have to worry about missing it. Or, I got to be watching it at 7, 8 Central, and got to make sure I'm at 8 or 7, whatever the meaning, but y'all know what I'm saying. But yeah. Then the next one I have is Star Wars: The Clone Wars seasons 1 through 5, the collector's edition. And I've restarted Clone Wars probably 12.5 times, but I have Star Wars the complete second season. But I'd be interested to see like y'all's favorite Star Wars movie. Let me know y'all's favorite Star Wars character. Let me know what y'all think about Star Wars. Anything if you want to tell me about Star Wars. Then we have the complete season 2. But yeah, let me know your favorite movies. Let me know your favorite character. My favorite characters are Dooku, Grievous, Ventress, and Jabba the Hutt. We have complete season 3. But yeah, that's some of my favorite characters. We have the season 4. Then we have one right here. Oop, excuse me. Then we have Rogue One, which I wasn't a huge fan of Rogue One. I know a lot of people like it, and like Andor, which I think I have Andor. I do. Let me grab it so y'all can see it. I have Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Kenobi somewhere around here, but I do not know where they. I know where they're at. My collection's not out of order, but I have tables in the way in boxes. I have Andor, which I never even completed this yet, so I'm just not a big fan of. Again, I'm in love with the prequels, and that's why I don't like too much of sequels. I kind of like Mandalorian, but I feel like sometimes they market Grogu, and they want to make a character that would, a lot of people that didn't like Star Wars would like Star Wars because of like Grogu, Mandalorian. Kind of like instead of making a show, they wanted to market a character, and they've done that with Mandalorian. And I feel like Mandalorian passed that baton to Bo-Katan to now make her a love that a lot of people had. They fell in love with Bo-Katan, and that's their new marketing character. It was Grogu, but I feel like now they've outlived Grogu, or Grogu has went past it. The hype for Grogu is falling down, but Bo-Katan is on the way up. And with the Ahsoka show, I don't know who they'll market. I feel like Ahsoka is a make or break for them, because with this season 3 Mandalorian, where a lot of episodes felt empty, a lot of it just felt thrown together, and felt like they tried too hard at times. So, yeah, I hope that they make it enjoyable. I don't know. I don't know what to hope from them, but yeah. Where was I at? Oh, then I do have some Lego ones, like Lego the Yoda Chronicles. Um, I don't know. I feel like Disney sometimes is, with Marvel and Star Wars, instead of making good shows, they try to make it a statement or make it too much for people pleasers. Instead of making a show that people have loved. People love Star Wars. Why are they trying to make it Star Wars 2.0? I mean, get away from that. And I hate nothing more in Mandalorian, especially Mandalorian, or even the Book of Boba Fett or Kenobi show, where they show other storylines from different. I'll put a movie up here so y'all aren't staring into the void, looking at a blank thing here. So I'll put this here so y'all can look at that instead. I just hate when they take them shows on Disney, and I haven't watched too many Marvel shows, but I hate when they take shows on Disney and they make them. They'll have, like, let's say 10 episodes, and 2 of them episodes have nothing to do with what they're about. Like Book of Boba Fett, there'll be a show where it's about Joe Schmo, and you're following his storyline. Why are you showing Joe Schmo in the Book of Boba Fett? This is the Book of Boba Fett. Why are you showing someone else's storyline? If it's a filler episode, cool. You can fill episode different. You want to make a filler episode, don't call it the show the Book of Boba Fett, and then not make a whole episode where Book of Boba Fett's only in it, or Boba Fett's only in it for like 10 seconds. Or The Mandalorian, and the Mandalorian is in the background being a side character. That's not the Mandalorian. And I get that Bo-Katan and all of them are Mandalorians, but when you say the Mandalorian, you're thinking of Din Djarin. And I hate when, like Kenobi show, it wasn't the Kenobi show, it was the Reva show. It wasn't the Kenobi show. It was the Reva show. Book of Boba Fett was Mandalorian season 2.5 or 3.5, I forget when it came out. And this season of Mandalorian was, instead of Mandalorian season 3, it was Bo-Katan. And I hope that they don't take Ahsoka show and make it Mandalorian season 3.5 or 4.5, I forget where we're at. Or Thrawn, or anything. Rebels 9.9 or whatever. I don't know. I'm just... If you're going to call a show Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, make it about them. And I can't say that enough, that I hate watching a show, and it'd be like taking a show and calling it How to Build a House, and they show you how to fix a truck. It's dumb. Or it's like you watch a YouTube video and they say we're gonna show you how to bake a cake, and the first half of the show you how to bake a cake. You're so excited. Then they come out the middle part of the bake cake, and they start showing you how to crack eggs. That's cool. I get it. That's a part of how to bake a cake, but don't show me how to crack eggs. This is how to bake cake, not how to crack eggs. And then after they show you how to crack eggs, then they want to show you bake a cake, and they want to make it so boring. It's like, the first half, they're all uppity, happy, you're so excited, crack eggs, you're like, okay, this is kind of dumb, but it's okay, once we get past this, it'll be good again. Then we get into the later half, then they're like, well, then you just pour the water, and you put it in the, and then get to the end, they're like, you're expecting them to show you how they put the icing, and the sprinkles, and the candles, all that, and they don't show any of how you put the candles or the sprinkles on it. They just show you, here's the icing, and then they say, show's over. And dumb. I mean, it is annoying watching a show like The Mandalorian was, where they just dropped it off at the end. Like, it was like going up a slope, like the pyramid of the climax. Once you got to resolution, it was a straight down. It wasn't no fun roller coaster. It was like, I wouldn't even say straight down. It was like once you got to the top of the hill, it was just like you're at the end, and that's stupid. So, anyways, I've ranted for way too long. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Today is Sunday, so I either should post Monday. If I don't post Monday, y'all will see me on Wednesday with a movie review. As always, recommend me if y'all do have anything, whether y'all see it here or not. If y'all see it here, recommend it. If y'all don't see it here, recommend it. If I don't have it, I'll get it. I recommend every Wednesday. Let me know your Star Wars stuff, your favorite movie, favorite characters. My YouTube or my Twitter and Instagram are always in the description below, where I always post when I upload. Yeah. Let me know if y'all have any video ideas. I'm always looking for ideas, because like today I just didn't really know what to do, and I didn't really want to do this because I missed May the 4th. But anyways, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all either Monday or Wednesday.